I'll level with you, pal. You have impressed somebody well above my pay grade here, and so they have a little proposition for you. You listening?
Let me guess. They want me to fight all the way through the underworld, having used the Pact of Punishment over there to make the going even more treacherous than it already is, and if I succeed, they'll reward me with some sort of useless trinket?
Wrong. We're talking something really big here, pal. You see that thing back there? Trinket. Come on, what are you, scared?
Yes, a little bit, if you must know.
I just knew you had it in you, pal. Enjoying your new prize? Pack the punishment, smack the punishment, no problem. Know what I mean? Of course, that was just the easy one you got there. Pretty sure I could have got that one myself.
Wait, just so I understand, I literally toiled through hell and back, and my reward is just a statue of you. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely, it's just, I don't know what I expected.
Look, boyo. There was a little mix-up when we put in the request for that thing, see? I told him to make something that'll make me look good with my sources, and anyway, that's how it all turned out. The other ones turned out much better, though, you'll see.
I'll temper my expectations, just in case. Skelly, let me ask you something. Did you really commission 3 nearly identical statues of yourself to goad me into using the Pact of Punishment?
I am offended, pal. You haven't even seen the third one yet, so how can you insinuate a thing like that? Maybe I was wrong about you. I thought you really were the one.
You're only saying that to get me to apologize and try and unlock the last of your 3 identical statues, aren't you?
How could you? I would return those statues for a full refund right here and now, if I could move. And if there was a refund policy on them.
I guess they're stuck here then, just like we are.
Look, I'm sorry I messed up your statues, boyo. Really, when I saw them, I just kind of freaked. But then I figured there's no way he's going to see how they turn out, so I just roll with it, you know?
You shouldn't have underestimated me, mate. But I shouldn't have said such awful things about your statues. You must have really gone out of your way to get them here.
Oh, you better believe it, pal. So how about we call it even? We've been through a lot. Both of us. Really learned from this experience, and now we share a deeper understanding, yeah?
We certainly have, mate. And we certainly do.
Nice place you got here, boyo. Name's Skelly, how's it going? But enough with the small talk already. I'm here to do a job. So let me have it. Give me everything you got.
I don't remember having you on payroll, mate. Who's your supervisor?
Oh, I'm not about to wrap my sources, pal. Just try and beat it out of me.
If you insist. Don't suppose I can talk you into fighting back this time?
Not a chance, boyo. I'm paid to take it, not to dish it out. Now give it to me.
Okay.
Hey, you're getting pretty strong there, pal. Though I am being paid to tell you that. But not being paid to not tell you that last part.
I have to ask you something, mate. What do you even need the pay for, anyway?
That, pal, is nobody's business but my own. Besides, it's impolite discussing money all the time. Now back to beating me to powder. Let me give you a piece of advice, boyo. You run across a guy like me out there, you just give him a good stab right in the back without a second thought before he sends you crying back to Papa.
I'll keep that in mind, mate.
You're getting pretty strong, I'll give you that, boyo. Strong enough to smack a guy like me right up against the wall and I'd go straight to pieces. Boom! You just remember, when you're duking it out, the walls are your friend.
Smack guys against walls. Sound advice as ever, mate.
Hey, pal, watch where you throw those bloodstone things of yours. You drop them, you go pick them up, you understand? But if somebody gives you grief, you got my permission to chuck one right in his eye.
I'll just aim generally for the midsection, since the eyes are a lot harder to hit in my experience.
You're pretty quick, you know, boyo. Just be sure to use that fancy dash of yours and keep 'em guessing. Don't let 'em catch you standing still.
Dash like mad instead of standing still. That's not the worst advice, I guess.
Little tip, boyo. You find any coinage while you're out there, you be sure to pawn it off to that old Chiron. Boatman guy, use it or lose it, pal. Use it or lose it.
Thanks, mate. Note to self, always spend everything I earn instead of ever saving.
Once in a while, pal, you're gonna see a real fancy bozo try to ruin your good time. You'll know him 'cause he's glowing like a light. But that's his special armor, see? You gotta punch right through it. He's gonna shrug you off until you do.
For a good time, beware the fancy glowing bozos on my quest. Check.
You know something, boyo? I think you could do a real number on one of these columns, holding up this place and bring the whole thing down in just a few swipes. Boom, boom, boom! And hate to be standing near one of them if you did.
Wreck my father's finely crafted architecture every chance I get. That I can do for sure.
Boyo, next time you make it to the big VIP area upstairs, you watch out for those weapon-wielding gents out there. The eyeball soul thing that pops out when you beat them, you gotta squash those too, or else they'll grab their gear and come right back.
Crush the souls of Elysium's exalted shades to stop them from regenerating over and over. I'll definitely do that next time I'm there.
If you're having a rough time out there, boyo, you just remember something. You're a god, all right? Way tougher than you think. They give you trouble, you just turn on God mode and you let them have it for me.
You act as though this God mode is some sort of lever I can simply switch at will if ever I wish to unlock my latent strength there, mate.
Exactly, pal, that's it.
Skelly, how do you know all this stuff, by the way? I mean no offense, but you're a skeleton who just stands around. Yet you have this wealth of knowledge of the underworld.
Hey, I know people, pal. We'll just have to leave it at that. Now let's see you break some of these bones, huh?
If I must.
Well, pal, you have come a pretty long way, let me tell you. I think most of the smarts I've picked up you know by now. And so, if I'm fresh out of tips for you, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
Stand there eternally to be wailed upon at my whim using whichever weapon suits me at the time.
Yep, now hop to it.
Say, mate, I picked up a painting for our lounge that looked a little like yourself. Reminds me, have you ever even been inside? Should come join us sometime.
You know what? I appreciate that there, boyo. Those kind of social spaces are not really for me. I kind of like it out here. Just me, these bats whizzing around from time to time. Besides, the old contract makes it pretty clear I gotta stay right here.
What if I picked you up bodily and brought you in? Contract have anything to say about that?
Yeah, no, that definitely wouldn't fly. Gotta say, you're really getting somewhere, boyo. I'm pretty impressed here. And they don't even pay me to do that. I'm just supposed to stand around.
Appreciate the vote of confidence, mate. Maybe you're right, and someday I'll get out of here. Hey, if I never come back, you won't just be stuck here forever, will you?
That's a good one. No, probably not. Wasn't anything in the old contract about that. Hitting a wall out there, boyo? Hey, I know the feeling. You just keep at it, though. You're getting tougher, getting smarter. Between the two of those, I'm thinking you'll pull through soon enough here.
Appreciate it, Skelly. Come on, mate, won't you say who hired you? Was it Achilles? Couldn't have been Nyx. Is it that big a deal?
I am an individual of some integrity, boyo, and protect my sources with my life. You'll have to kill me if you want to make me squeal.
Say, Skelly, how'd you get here anyway?
Oh, you know, just kind of zapped right in like Papa lets us do. Some of us sometimes. Why do you ask?
I meant, how did you get to the realm of the dead in the first place? Lord Hermes whisk you to the entryway? Thanatos scoop you up, Charon give you a lift? What?
Oh, well, that's a little personal, don't you think, boyo? I don't like to talk about it much. So, if I could have a little privacy...
Skelly, is it really true you don't want to talk about how you got here? Just curious who you used to be, what you were like, your real name.
Hey, what makes you think this isn't my real name, pal? I'm offended.
Sorry, what I meant was, I was just interested to get to know you better, after all you've done to help. Anything you can share? Trade you for a detail about me.
Well, all right. I was once a commander of men. Name of Skelly, captain of the Cretan Second Fleet, sailing on Athens under King Minos. We were unstoppable. But then one day, one wrong turn, and we sailed straight into the waters of Charybdis.
Skelly, that's incredible. So then, you and your crew, you perished at sea?
Boyo, you were something else, you know. All that Skelly stuff, I could have had you eating out of my hand for days.
Oh, I get it. You got me. Fine then, Skelly, but I don't appreciate the trick.
Oh, but I do.
Skelly, I'm serious. You really won't tell me anything about you? You're just going to leave me to speculate forever?
Yep.
Say Skelly, or should I say Skelly? I happen to have a chat with somebody familiar with that name. Large, bull-headed fellow originally from Crete. You said you made it all up. What's going on?
Never said I made it up, pal. I just knew you weren't going to believe me. I mean, look at me. I look like a captain of the Cretan Second Fleet to you?
I don't know. I've never met one. Do they all just stand around doing nothing?
Well, sounds like somebody's never had to lead like 50 or something sailors in a voyage across the sea in a Minoan galley with nothing but the stars to guide them. What do you think the captains do, pull the oars?
Wait, what about Hermes? He gave me the impression you might have been somebody else. Nobody in particular, not some great sea captain.
What is it with you gods talking behind the backs of all your friends, boyo?
Don't change the subject.
Don't change the subject!
Ah! That lucky tooth you gave me, Skelly. First off, thanks again, and secondly, is this even yours? Had a run-in with Hermes who got me thinking.
What, you gonna believe everything that Gabby guy tells you now, boyo? He doesn't know a thing about me.
Never said he did. Though since you let on, what's your relationship to him? Working for him?
No! Nope, definitely not working for him. Closer to a peer relationship. Well, other than the fact that he's a god and I'm just... Well, what you see is what you get with me, pal. Hey, you won't tell anyone, will you? I'm just here to help, I swear.
Fine. Maybe. All right, fess up, Skelly. Who are you working for? I know it's not Achilles, it's not Nyx. Dusa has no idea who you are. My father... No way. Hypnos? Give me a break. So the house is ruled out?
Sorry, pal, my lips are sealed. How about we change the subject?
How about you tell me who your sources are?
Nope.
Tell me.
No way.
Tell me.
I said no.
Tell me, Skelly.
Nuh-uh.
Come on, tell me, please.
No means no.
Why won't you tell me?
Nice try, pal.
What if I never hit you again?
No?
So help me, Skelly, if you don't tell me who you're working for, there will be no more violence between us, ever.
No. Please have mercy, boyo.
No mercy, Skelly. Tell me, or else it will be only pleasantries between us from here on out.
All right. But you gotta promise me something. Promise not to let on or tell anybody in your fancy house, all right? Or else I'm done for. I'm serious.
I promise. So?
It's Charon.
Charon? Huh.
Yeah. He's rich. He's got connections to guys like me, and I think he's got a horse in this chariot race he got going on around here with Papa.
What's his angle?
No idea. Maybe he likes you. Maybe he's bored.
And Hermes. He's working for Charon too.
Yep. Now let's pretend like none of this ever happened so I can stick around, all right? Remember, pal, you promised.
Okay. Skelly, did you tell Charon and Hermes about our little conversation from before? About your sources? Because I didn't tell them, but they seemed to know.
Boyo, thought we agreed we weren't going to be having conversations on this subject from here on. Spares me having to spill my guts with my sources later.
I didn't get you into too much trouble, did I?
If you did, pal, I would not be here right now.
Hey, Skelly, what with everything out in the open now, with the Queen and Charon and all that, mind if I mention some of this to Thanatos? Charon's his brother, after all.
Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess that part of the old contract no longer applies. So go right ahead. Appreciate you asking, pal.
Appreciate you answering. Hey, Skelly, you look like you know your way around Tartarus. Found some of this ancient Titan blood out there, and I was looking to score some more.
You come to the right place regarding that there, pal. It's your mean weapons back there that can find this stuff. Once you get all the way through Tartarus with one, that's all the blood you're gonna get. For the time being, anyhow.
How am I supposed to keep track of which weapons I've earned these with, then?
I don't know. There's always the invention of writing stuff down. You'll figure something out.
Skelly, you mentioned the ancient bit of blood I found in Tartarus. Know what I'm supposed to do with this stuff?
Wouldn't know a thing about it. Definitely doesn't have anything to do with those infernal arms of yours, some of which appear to still be unavailable to you, as I understand.
Unlock those first, then, huh?
So the strangest thing happened while you were out, boyo. One of your weapon holder things back there, it picked up this eerie glow. Could see it from the corner of my eye.
Calm down, Skelly. I'm sure whatever it is perfectly normal for a legendary semi-sentient Titan-slaying weapon from the dawn of time.
That's just it. Those weapons of yours, they have seen some real business, pal. You're giving them a real workout, so maybe they're starting to like you or something. Loosening up a bit, you know, like you and me.
That's an imaginative theory, mate. I should go check it out.
You know, pal, when you're not around and it's just me and all your weapons, I mean your infernal arms right over there, between us, they are making me a bit uncomfortable.
Can't blame you, mate. I wouldn't want to be stuck in a chamber with a bunch of legendary, quite possibly malevolent killing artifacts. Anything I can do?
Oh, I didn't mean it like a bad thing, boyo. The weirder you make those things, the more it gives me the shakes and keeps me hopping like this nice and steady till the next time you get back. So thanks.
Sure. Say, Skelly, don't suppose you'd care to tell me how the infamous twin-fisted Malphon came to be right here in this very courtyard, would you?
Nope. Not any of my business, pal, which is to say I didn't see a thing. And even if I did, it isn't what I'm paid to do. Don't you have someone in your fancy house there paid to keep watch over stuff like that? Ask them.
All right, maybe I will.
Hey, just want to say, pal, that spooky Crimson Phoenix stuff you were going on about before, I mean, whoa, you just say some nonsense and you get a brand new spear? I was so impressed I decided to try that trick for myself.
Oh, gods. Skelly, what did you do?
Relax, boyo. Just had a little chat with your old servant platter over there after you left is all. That thing hits pretty hard. So then I say to it, I see it through the eyes of the Crimson Phoenix. And you want to know what happened after that?
So you carelessly spoke secret words imparted by the fates themselves to an infernal weapon forged at the dawn of creation. Then what? Say, did you walk up to Aegis or just shout over your shoulder?
Over my shoulder. Anyway, what happened next was nothing. Your Aegis kept on bobbing like a dummy. So then I went and said that mumbo-jumbo to every other weapon, but nope, doesn't work at all. So much for your fancy sorcery, huh?
I miss my fancy sorcery already. So what exactly happened with the formerly pink window over there? Now it's got these sinister orange flames and an enormous pact of punishment hanging ominously over the exit. Father stopped by?
Pal, I don't know a thing about it, honest. I was just minding my own business when all of a sudden, wham! I get hit right in the back. I fall to pieces, no idea what's going on. When I finally come to, the window job was done.
As likely an explanation as any, I guess.
Listen, boyo, I don't know exactly how to put this, so I'm just gonna come right out. I need your help with something, and I'll be honest, I don't think you're gonna like it.
If it doesn't involve hacking away at you with reckless abandon, Skelly, I don't want to hear it. But, oh, you're being serious.
I am. And funny you should put it like that. Boyo, I am asking you to get me out of here. Permanently, if you catch my drift. This standing around stuff just kind of wears on you after a while, you know?
I know. I can only imagine. Tell me what I can do.
That blade of yours back there, it's got a special power. You gotta spruce it all the way up. Your aspect, not somebody else's. Then let me have it with that thing, and I'm out of here.
Then you'd be dead forever. You're asking me to kill you.
I know it's a lot to dump on you, but I got my reasons. I don't exactly have a lot of options here, so give it some thought. Till then, we'll act like nothing's changed, all right?
All right. Maybe.
Listen, boyo, I don't know exactly how to put this, so I'm just gonna come right out. I need your help with something, and I'll be honest, I don't think you're gonna like it.
If it doesn't involve hacking away at you with reckless abandon, Skelly, I don't want to hear it. But, oh, you're being serious.
I am. And funny you should put it like that. Boyo, I am asking you to get me out of here. Permanently, if you catch my drift. This standing around stuff just kind of wears on you after a while, you know?
I know. I can only imagine. Tell me what I can do.
That blade of yours back there, it's got a special power. Your aspect, now that it's maxed out. You gotta let me have it with that thing. And then I'm out of here.
Then you'd be dead forever. You're asking me to kill you.
I know it's a lot to dump on you, but I got my reasons. I don't exactly have a lot of options here, so give it some thought. Till then, we'll act like nothing's changed, all right?
All right. Maybe.
Got you pretty good again, didn't I, boyo? I am asking you to get me out of here. All that stuff about your blade and your aspect, I mean, you ate all of it right up.
It appears I've been the victim of an elaborate prank. Not sure that I appreciate it, Skelly. What if I were to never hit you again? How would you like that?
Whoa. Now, come on, boyo. It was just a joke. I figured things could lighten up a little here. Don't need to do anything rash.
Then no more tricks like that again.
So, pal, my sources tell me that you made it pretty far, which means my usefulness is coming to an end.
Your usefulness? What, you just mean the standing around letting me lay into you with whatever vicious attack sequence I fancy at the time?
Yeah. Once you achieve your goal, my contract's up. You won't need me anymore.
But only if I leave for good, isn't that right? So if I stuck around, you'd stay here too?
Probably, but wait, you're really gonna stay?
Sure looks that way.
Huzzah! So Mama's back in town from what I hear, boyo. It's awful nice knowing I trained you well.
You must mean the Queen, and evidently you're aware of our relationship. You keep that quiet, understand, Skelly?
Ah, and thus the pupil trains the master for a change. I hear you, pal. Your secret's safe with me.
It better be.
You must have had yourself a real bash with all those fancy gods and stuff. Could hear all the festivity from all the way out here. How was it, pal?
It went better than expected, all in all. I hope you didn't feel left out. It was a pretty limited guest list. Kind of a diplomatic mission, I would say. Not quite as good a time as it might have sounded from the outside.
Oh, don't you even worry about me there, pal. I much prefer the solitary life. And besides, when things are good for you, they're good for me. Glad everything worked out.
Same here.
Pal, thanks again for that nectar bottle from before. Stuff just goes right through me like you won't believe. Though I hope you're not going around giving that stuff away to every bozo you know.
What, Skelly, you worry something bad is going to happen if I express a bit of generosity from time to time through our somewhat illicit gift-giving custom around here?
No, I'm worried you'll be wasting your time. If you give that stuff away, don't expect to get anything back. Well, not after the first time anyway. Usually. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up.
Maybe I just want to show thanks to my friends for its own sake.
Sure.
For you, mate. Thought you might get a kick out of this.
For me, pal? Awful nice of you, just awful nice. But guess what? I got this for you. Tit for tat, you understand? A deal's the deal. Now, you being serious here, pal? You brought that all this way for little old me? That's real nice of you.
You're not so bad yourself, mate. Thanks for always being here for me to savagely attack without a second thought.
Wow, now get a load of what you got there, boyo. Wait, really? That's for me? You just pulling my leg.
I'm really giving this to you, mate. Now go enjoy it, will you? Once I've finished pummeling you some more just for the sake of it.
Hey, now that's what I'm talking about. Thanks, boyo. Won't forget you doing me a solid like this. Cross my heart.
No need to thank me, mate. But don't you dare forget it, or I'll attack you repeatedly and without mercy.
Oh, look here, pal. I can't just keep accepting these from you. Not when they're paying me already. I got standards to uphold, you know?
I will look the other way if you do, mate. Now here, Or else.
Ah, you're kidding, what? Sometimes, boyo, you make me feel alive again, you know that? Being honest with you here, I'm grateful, really.
If not for you, my friend, I'd have no one to viciously attack with no fear of reprisal whatsoever. Skelly, while I know your services have already been paid in full, your sources ought to know you've been doing an excellent job. So much so I wanted to give you this.
Is that a vintage bottle of ambrosia, pal? I never even thought I'd get to try a thing like that. I mean, what am I here? You know what? I want you to have this. To symbolize our friendship and in case you ever need a hand out there.
Hope you enjoyed that vintage bottle of ambrosia last time, Skelly, because I got you another. Here.
Aw, no way, boy. Are you kidding me right now? Why are you even... Look, I just stand around and let you beat me up. You don't have to do this. You don't even know who I am. Who I was.
You're my friend, mate. That's all that matters. Although, I don't suppose you're willing to divulge those types of details, just out of curiosity.
Heh, nope.
Drat. You know, Skelly, I still cannot entirely get over that whole permanently kill you stunt you pulled on me. You had me deeply worried for a while. All for just a laugh.
Yeah, that's right. Not exactly much to do here, in case you hadn't noticed recently. Good thing I'm able to stay occupied with intellectual pursuits.
That's what you call it, then? In any case, I did want to make sure. Are you sure that you're all right having to stand around like this?
You kidding, pal? This is the life. Imagine getting paid to stand around and being pals with you.
Well, great, I guess.